So today we're gonna have an iPhone 12 mini. It has a touch issue. So let's power on and see and check it out. Oh, as you can see, the touch is not responding on the screen. This screen is pretty brand new. This phone is pretty good condition. So, you know, I don't think it's the screen issue, but it could be. It's not responding at all. Press the power button. As you can see, it's not even responding. So, not much we can do here. So, I mean, not much we can do, just testing. We So I don't think it's the LCD screen. So the first step is, go check out the connector, see what's wrong. So this is the LCD connector right here. So we need to check the connector on the board. And let's go to microscope. Here it is. Here it is, microscope. And what we So what we need to do is measure the connection. So let's go to Diagnose reading, and let's go to ZXW. So So ZXW, let's go to find iPhone 12 mini. iPhone 12 mini. Here it is. So let's go check out the connector. As you can see, even with the iPhone 12 and up, we don't get a lot of information on the board. So right here we don't have any information, but we know these are the connections for the touch, all that stuff. So these are connections. So there has to be some kind of value in here. Usually they're around 0.3 something or 0.28, 0.25 and up, volt. So let's put in Diagnose reading and take a look. So we're going to measure all these connections right here. So let's go to microscope. Let's go microscope. Zoom in a little bit closer. So take a Diagnose reading on these. We took the Diagnose reading already. So we found out that this one right here is supposed to be around 0.3, 0.4, but it's showing 0.05, which is very low. It means it's short or something. So let's go to continuity mode, and we can test see if it beeps. If it beeps, it means it's short. But for the voltage, it's pretty low, so it's gonna be short for sure. See? So it's short. It's short on this line right here. Let me check the rest. So it's short on that line right there. So that line is, and let's go back to the board. Let's see. Let's go to the XW. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This line is short. And where does this line go to? So this is a filter right here, or like a fuse. And so we'll see where that line goes. So this line goes to this chip. Let's go view, view, and so part image. Oh, don't have it. So this line, we checked out this line. This line goes to this chip, and what this chip is, and let's go to this chip is a this chip is a touch boost IC. So you know this chip is short. It means that you know the touch is not going to function. So the next step is, you know, we're gonna remove this chip and see if the short is gone or not, and replace it. You know, if it's gone, then we need to replace this chip and test again. So that's what we're gonna do. So and we'll be right back. So we need to, in order to do that, we need to take the board out. Take the board out of the housing, and then proceed from there. So we remove the board, the logic board out of the housing. So in order to access this chip, we need to remove this shield right here. This could be a pain in the butt, but let's try. Let's give it a try. So what we want to do is to protect some of the components around here, because we're probably going to need a good amount of heat to remove that shield, and we don't want to put too much heat on the board. It could melt other things. So let's try to protect the board, other components on the board as much as we can. So this Captain tape right here would bounce. So any heat is shooting to the board would bounce back. So it doesn't get absorbed into the board. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, that's bad. So a little bit flux helps blow it. Yeah, it helps. The dot is over here. Dot, so it's marked right there a little bit, so we know where's the A1 is position. So now let's move. Come on. There we go. Let's put this chip aside for now. Let's put it over there. Let's test that connection if there's a short. So it's the 5th pin. So the 5th pin would 2, 4, 5. So we don't get any short. Nope, no more short. And let's go to ZFW again. Oh. So that 5th pin would be right here, the 3rd 2. So let's see if there's a short right there or not. Nope. No short. Let's go dial mode reading. See what we get. So if we go to dial mode reading, then let's see. So we should get nothing on here. Nothing. So it's not short, no short or anything. Check again to make sure it's not short. So we don't have a short anymore. So basically that chip, you know, maybe probably got shorted. Got short, I mean. So okay guys, we replaced the Touch IC chip, and which is right here. This one right here. And test the Touch IC. Now let's power the phone up. Okay, the phone is powered up fine. We're getting 1.9 amps, which is good. Okay. Okay. Touch seems to be functioning. Let's go touch this. So it's working normally. Okay. Okay. Let's try this one. Okay, that one's working. Let's try this one. Tap. Cancel. Try this one. This region. So that one's okay. Okay, so everything seems to working. The touch working. So that's how you fix the Touch IC. So basically, we measured the LCD connector right here, and we found that there was a short, and we traced it back to the Touch IC over here. So we replaced the touch IC and the phone is functioning properly now. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and also hit the like button as well. It helps us a lot, motivate us to produce more videos like this. Um, so, so hope you guys enjoy this video. So see you guys next time. So remember, hit the like button and also the subscribe button if you found this video helpful. Thanks. Bye.